The United Nations has called for a victim-centered criminal justice response to sexual violence and conflict. Secretary General Antonio Guterres made the call to commemorate the International Day of the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict. Our diplomatic correspondent reports.
The conflict in the northeast part of Nigeria has been identified as a major contributor to the sharp rise in violence, particularly against women, girls, and children. According to the report of the Secretary General to the Security Council, the violence has affected civilians in the northeast and northwest of the country, as well as parts of Cameroon, Chad, and Niger Republic. The attacks have resulted to mass displacements and heightened risks of sexual violence. Mr. Guterres urged authorities to prioritize the investigation and prosecution of offenders.
On this International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict, let's resolve to uphold the rights and meet the needs of all survivors as we work to prevent and end these horrific crimes. We cannot allow this already underreported crime to slip further into the shadows. Perpetrators must be punished.
He also noted that the COVID-19 pandemic has placed many under high-risk situations.
In places affected by conflict, the turmoil caused by the COVID-19 pandemic has made it even more difficult to hold perpetrators of sexual violence to account. At the same time, survivors face new obstacles to reporting crimes and accessing support services. Even as we respond to the pandemic, we must investigate every case and maintain essential services for every survivor.
It was noted that the response to sexual violence has improved in recent years. However, there were calls to make survivors have unimpeded access to medical, psychosocial, legal services, and livelihoods. They also advocated that the criminal justice system be strengthened to allow for the effective and timely investigation, prosecution, and adjudication of perpetrators. The International Day of the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict, marked every year on June 19th, was aimed to raise awareness of the need to put an end to conflict-related sexual violence, honor victims around the world, and pay tribute to those standing up for the eradication of these crimes. Fatima Ibrahim.